I have to prove my worth to this SMP and fast. You see, I joined the Asterisk SMP just recently, and I joined as a VIP member. This means that I can only be in for 3 days before the rest of the server gets to vote on whether or not to kick me out or keep me in. The only way I can stay in the SMP is if I can manage to prove myself to the server and to my team that I am a valuable asset and can stay on. The only way I can prove myself is to show that I can do well in the following categories. Number 1, building, to show that I can help make bases and provide for the team. Number 2, grinding, to show that I can get gear for everyone and pull through. Number 3, storytelling. This is to show that I can keep people engaged on my videos and bring more attraction to the SMP. Relations, to show that I can be trusted and people can have faith in me. And lastly, PvP, also known as not my strong suit, at least in the latest version. You see, this can show that I can handle tough situations like getting jumped or if there's a wall on the SMP. But I'm not too good at 1.9 PvP. Until now, I've been training for the last week and a half to get better. I can now say with confidence that I can fit chain pretty well and I can be aggressive enough to defeat my enemies on this SMP. It all comes down to this. Will I be kicked off or will I become an official member of the Asterisk SMP? To start off, things weren't going smoothly. I had joined the SMP a couple hours late, setting me much more behind than the other players. Luckily, I found a player named Waffles and Ketchup. I decided to team with him since I had no one else. We both had minimal gear and we were definitely behind. We soon later learned that the villagers in our base were killed, so we had to migrate somewhere else. Not long after, we found a snowy village. We set up base here and continued our operations. I would later learn of Waffle's past where he'd killed players and got lots of energy for his Astro. What's an Astro, you may ask? Well, this is the Asterisk SMP. On this server, each player is assigned a random Astro, or a crystal, with its own powers, such as dashing, boosting, and going invisible. Waffle and I had both gotten the Swift Asterisk. I had gotten the dash ability, while Waffles on the other hand had gotten permanent Speed 2. Using a Speed 2 and the plugin that lets us sit on players, we moved quickly to the village I mentioned earlier. After this, I went to go watch Blue Beetle with my friends, which was a mid-movie, by the way, so I had to log off for the day. When I logged on, I noticed that Waffles was on the server, but not at the base. He had told me before I logged on that he had 2 god sets. I remembered this and asked him where he was. After some talking, I received some coordinates of a new base that our team had moved to. After traveling for a long time while in a call with one of the members of our team, Ramen, I realized that the Z coordinate Waffle had sent me was wrongly marked as a negative.
What?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Bruh, Waffles put a negative in front of the 2,550. Motherfucker.
Oh.
This made me have to travel across the entire map again to find the right base. On finding it, Waffle had sent me another set of coordinates within the village base to a chest with some spare gear for me. After finding said chest and taking the items, I used some of the emeralds in the chest to buy a chestplate and helmet from an armorer villager, as the chest only contained leggings, boots, a sword, an axe, and 2 stacks of emeralds. This day went much more smooth than day 1 because of the fact that loot was already prepared for me. Today was the day that the votes came in. I had to lock in. I wasn't online to see them, but it turns out my team liked me and I was able to stay in. I am now officially a member of the Asterisk SMP. Well, what happened afterward? Well, Waffle did some more grinding and got me a full god set with tools, which I then used to fake a trade with a member and kill them, giving me 1 energy. This made me get the permanent Swiftness 2 ability. So, what's next?